in for that drive, and Rizwan took the bait, using the breezy conditions so well. Yeah, late movement away from that angle.
Coming. The red guy is coming.
And that was really good. I think he went slightly wider on the crease, and he's having a go at Rizwan about always waiting for someone next to the side screen to walk down the stairs. I don't think Rizwan realizes that he's firing him up. He probably shouldn't do what he is doing, because Mulder is as in this contest as I've seen him.
Rizwan had covered the stumps. He was almost on that off-stump line to play that cover drive. They can do that now because he's covering that out-swinging angle. Played it from off to leg.
South Africa know one wicket could really just break that door open, so it's starting to get a little bit frustrating out there.
A little bit of shuffle on that off-stump line and fished it from that off-stump angle to the leg side. Different in length was Mulder.
End of the over, 95 overs gone, 366 for 5, and Pakistan trail by 55. There are no teams that you can take lightly.
Oh, he's got him! Important catch!
Oh, lovely shot.
Have a look at them! Oh my God! What a catch! Lovely that boy.
37 is this partnership. Both these just about getting in. Had to weather the storm of that new ball. Well, South Africa's hope has been renewed. The Pakistanis will also feel that with 54, just 54, the deficit. They're just getting to some territory here that could be interesting.
Nice little tussle going on actually with Mulder. and Rizwan. So that's certainly been worth watching over the last little while. A little bit of swing and a couple of stares and glares. So that's a little bit fiery from him. No great pace, but he's getting some nice movement away. So asking a few questions for Rizwan, who's forever smiling.
As this unfolds, 54 some runs, and you know how it goes. Sometimes you think, oh, this, that, and the other might happen, but then it can all fall down. It's through and away for 4. Use of the feet by Salman. 371 for 5.
India and South Africa in the 90s, there always a superlative. Every single fast bowler in my colony wanted some of this. All-rounders were the flavor of the decade. And if you manage to pull off a stunning catch pakda re Jonty, all of India showered their love on these guys.
True story.
But as true fans, we want to watch cricket's future heroes before everyone else. So I'm off to South Africa to see tomorrow's T20 stars in the making. The fiery new season of the SA20 begins Jan 9. Oh, I'm not done playing with him.
This partnership key between Rizwan and Salman. Ahmed Jamal next. Zwandile stick there on your left. Springboks assistant coach.
He wants to bring one of that front foot. That's what he did in the last over, and he was having a bit of a dip trying to drive through the covers. There is a short cover in position. I guess at this pace that he's bowling, it's you can't leave that cover area vacant, so it's probably a pretty good spot, that catching cover. But you want him trying to drive that offside, because it'll have a bit of a dip, that swinging ball.
Should be a couple. They have to stay in the present, Rizwan and Salman. And whilst we kind of can extrapolate and look into the distances and sort of talk about what might be, what can be. Yeah, first job is to get rid of that deficit and then see how many they can pile on from there, but not too many wickets still standing. That's the issue. This pitch still a really good one. Absolutely no demons on it. And essentially it's about how long they can keep doing good things. No swiping.
Yeah, they're away from the perils of Supersport Park, where they lost all those wickets with a matter of 2 or 3 runs. So on this surface, that shouldn't happen. But we do know that things can happen in clumps. Now another short cover, in fact a short mid-offer in position.
Yeah, I think it's important for South Africa also not to lose the intensity. Some exceptional work done by Kagiso at a similar sort of period where the ball's got a little softer. Pakistan found their mojo in the first innings. An excellent partnership. And also, whilst this ball is about 16, 17 overs old, it's also important for Captain Temba Bavuma to perhaps have another short burst from Kagiso Rabada, as well as Quinton Mapaka, because I feel those are the 2 bowlers that have really been effective in these kind of conditions. Quinton Mapaka He's been absolutely brilliant today. First with an older ball, and then when he was afforded that second new ball, it was just a different spark about him today. So much to work with. He's got pace, he can swing it. An exciting prospect for South African future.
I was going to say, how good is that for South African cricket? Another one off the conveyor belt. Freshly minted.
At St. Stithians College, some might say. 373 for 5.
ऊपर गेंद बड़ा शॉट सूर्य नमस्कार करें इस शतकवीर का जबरदस्त संजू सैमसन बेहतरीन पारी तिलक वर्मा इंग्लैंड की बल्लेबाजी की ताकत है
ये बेस्ट वर्सेस बेस्ट की जंग है
इंडिया वर्सेस इंग्लैंड पहला T20 आज 22 जनवरी से लाइव स्टार स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क पर.
Bit of a southeaster coming through, strong one, bit chilly. This test match, the weather's been unbelievable. Plenty of sunshine, blue sky, nothing too hot.
Some breaking news for you. Brace yourselves. This is the highest follow-on total by a visiting team in South Africa. Previous best, 372 for 7. By Australia in Johannesburg. You were there, Michael.
Yes, I'm waiting. With worm on tongue.
In 1902.
Yes, that was the old Wanderers ground, actually. Before they went to the current stadium. It's just up the road.
Come on, Michael, tell us a little more.
Everything seemed to be in black and white.
What a take. What a take. Footmarks wide of the stumps, and it just kicks out of those.
Yeah, he's always looking to be aggressive, Mohammad Rizwan. That is such a dangerous shot to be playing on this surface. Out of the footmarks. Bones, Michael Holding would call it.
One.
Yeah, I just get the feeling that perhaps a few too many boundary riders for Kesef Maharaj.
Oh, no!
You almost want to try and force the batter to take it on and take an element of risk whilst you still have a bit of turn bounce outside the off stump. It's just affording the batters too many easy singles. There's a deficit at the moment, 44 for Pakistan.
He's about to complete his 33rd over and hasn't picked up a wicket at this stage. Kesef Maharaj. 377 for 5.
Watch IDFC First Bank India Women versus Ireland Women ODI Series. Starts 10th January, live on Geo Cinema and Sports 18.
With developing dictionaries and words, some of those words might not have existed back then. So you're forgiven.
Duff did. 82 not out. Australia's first innings.
Yeah, an excellent little battle here between Bian Mulder and Mohammad Rizwan. It will be well engraved in the back of his mind, that shot he played in the first innings. Beating him a couple of occasions in this spell. What is his next move? Is he just going to try and see it out, or is he going to try and be a little bit more aggressive against Björn Mulder? Catching cover, catching mid-off.
That's exactly why Mulder's trying to get under his skin a little bit here. A couple of words towards him, a couple of stares. A couple of the big swings and misses he's had at him.
Yeah, I think many of us ask why that shot in the first innings, and I think we're getting a bit of a clue at the moment. Björn Mulder, after every single ball, staring at Mohammad Rizwan. Almost to say, be my guest. Take it on again.
But the field placings are quite interesting now, with the two men short on the offside. Bavoon was one of them. He's at a short mid-off, short cover as well. Then there's a short mid-wicket. And also KG Rabada's gone to a short mid-on. So they're moving in with the bowler also, trying to cramp him a little bit, trying to provide a little bit of extra pressure, trying to get him to play a big booming shot. That's the idea.
Shot. Beautifully driven. And down the ground for 4. 50 partnership between Rizwan and Salman.
Yeah, just a touch too straight from Björn Mulder. He's trying to venture up. He's trying to get the drive into play. Excellent shot. He's getting himself into line, and then the placement to perfection.
Now, had there been any fingertip on that, he might have been in trouble. If there been any opportunity of getting something on that.
A fourth 50 partnership between these two. Salman and Rizwan. An important partnership for Pakistan as they try to whittle away that deficit and try and get into the positive. The last recognized pair, you'd say, of batters. So for South Africa, this intensity prior to tea is critical. Should they not break the partnership, need to come back after and have a similar intensity to try and ensure they break them apart. 382 for 5.
Very straight.
India and South Africa in the 90s, there always a super hit affair. Every single fast bowler in my colony wanted some of this. All-rounders were the flavor of the decade. And if you manage to pull off a stunning catch, catch pakda re, Jonty, all of India showered their love on these guys.
True story.
But as true fans, we want to watch cricket's future heroes before everyone else. So I'm off to South Africa to see tomorrow's T20 stars in the making. The fiery new season of the SA20 begins Jan 9. Oh, and I'm not done playing.
They will have some sort of opportunity. 80, 90, 100 run lead. Might just cause for a bit of nervousness heading into that 40 innings for South Africa, given the fact that they didn't chase down that low score Centurion. Ryan Rickleton injured, perhaps can only bat at 7. A different batting order as well altogether. Will South Africa go with Björn Mulder at the top? Those are all question marks that will be put in place if they are to get in the lead. So these two will be saying to each other, let's just bet time, because you just never know what we might get to.
Exactly right. That's all they'll be concerned about. Making no little schoolboy errors like any run-outs or anything like that. Doing anything silly, just making sure they occupy the crease. Just keep grinding away. That's what they'll be talking about, these two batsmen from Pakistan.
Yeah, talk about betting time. I remember the test match we played at the Wanderers against India. We went on that marathon blockathon of du Plessis, AB de Villiers. Oh! Opted to drive out of the rough again. But fortune for Salman. Yeah, he's sticking to this method. Is Keshav Maharaj trying to flight it and asking the batter to hit it out of the rough. Big bottom heads, and it's going to pick up one in the process. But for a long period of that game, we weren't even thinking about going for the score. It was just about occupying the crease, and the same sort of method can help Pakistan by just betting time and accumulating runs in the process. 384 for 5.
That's big enough.
A 6 to Sky. Mr. 360 in full flow. What a shot!
That is just power.
8 sixes in this century.
Banged away. Tilak
22nd January, only on Star Sports Network.
So just looking at their caps and trying to see. There we go, St. Stithians kids. And they'll know her too. Quenna's mum, they'll call her. Auntie Mapaka.
What's he got now? About another 6 days, I think. He finds out his final exam results. Quenna. He'll be getting nervous now, Vern.
Oh, good. And they're watching a few of their, well, they'll know Quenna, but they won't know the others, Rickleton and Mulder and Rabada. Oh, they'll know of them, of course, because they're from their school. And they'll have seen Quenna walking about the grounds. An absolute rock star, because having gone to IPL last year, I would have been buzzing there, all of them in school. Prior to that, think back, SA20 as one of those drafted rookies. Shot again. Rizwan before, this time Salman. Both beautiful on drives for 4.
Plenty of time. Showed his wares in one of the earlier white ball games. And Salman Aliagas is a wonderful shot, straight down the ground. Superbly controlled. Spent quite a bit of time actually this morning before play got underway, just having a few stumps, visualizing at each end. Very good player.
Yeah, Hazeman, you talk about his matric results. I wish all the matriculants all the very best. Those results coming up in a couple of days' time.
Which reminds me, I was writing under Rabada's hat. I wonder what that's all that's about. We should keep it a bit still for us so you can see. Some of the boys have been signing on his hat, or he's lost it a few times and he's written his name on there.
Can't hear you, Michael.
He might show me. We'll keep trying. I'm trying to remember which team it was, but there was a team. There we go, under his hat. No, can't see that either. There we go. Kagiso Rabada. Yeah. Thanks, KG.
And Michael, there you have it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
One of the teams that came to South Africa, they all the bats, and obviously the teams, and Vern, you've been through this millions of times, I'm sure, signing bats and whatever they put on the tables. One of the teams, and I have the feeling it was one of the Australian sides, they got one of their teammates' bats and put there as well. So he couldn't find his bat, is the main bat that he used to use to play a test match in. That's just guided down to that vacant third man region. He kept searching around for some reason. He couldn't find his bat. He was a little bit distraught until someone gave him a clue. And he went to the table where all the bats were, and the whole team had signed the front of his bat. He was not amused. He still used it.
It's been some hand here in this partnership of 63. Moving on to 30. And there's the deficit, 29 now. We'll start working it down in streets. And what I mean by streets is 30 will be a street, 20 will be a street. Well, they 3 streets away from a lead.
Fielded by Rabada. Yeah. 392 for 5.
What's his moment like, Rohit? Look, today it was. It's been. Lovely catch. Make one more with us.
Yeah, you look at it, deficit number 28 now, and you look at the amount of extras conceded from South Africa. 37, that number. 14 no balls, 16 leg buys. I just sit and wonder that if you are to add half of that to the deficit at the moment, all of a sudden still a very long way away from a lead for Pakistan.
Oh, Kishi!
I think South Africa have to be mindful here that this ball is still relatively new. And whilst it's still relatively new, you can still get it to react off the surface. So you don't want to wait too long before you bring back your Rabadas and your Mapakas.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it might just be a matter of getting them to tee, get him to recharge the batteries, and then have another full tilt off the tee. Because they've been in the field for a very long time now. Hazy, want to pick your brain the next over?
You want to do what?
Ah! That hit the middle of the bat. 393 for 5.
The action heads down under. The new FIH season is here. Hockey's finest are ready to compete, featuring the greatest players from around the globe. Don't miss the action. Watch the FIH Pro League live on Geo Cinema and Sports 18.3.
Can you remember, Mike Hazeman, or recall having to wait for your matric results?
Don't be silly. Why would I remember that? That's a no ball, by the way. Another one.
Is it that you don't want to remember them? Or is it maybe just the fact that you do not remember them?
Right, this is the last over before tea.
It's gone very fine off the pad. So Gwena Mapaka. The dive and the applause will come from his schoolmates. Former.
Yeah, it's such a special moment for young Gwena Mapaka. Having his school buddies down here. Excellent effort. Yeah, the exuberance of youth, they call it.
I think you're dead right about after the tea interval. Want to get a burst while this ball is still reasonably new, so that they can make the most of that. Gwena Mapaka and also KG come screaming after the break and try and break this stand, which is building.
Do you know, every time the ball goes past the bat, I have the gremlins in our system or something. Something. Didn't edge it. You wouldn't have to invite Verena to appeal.
I'm not sure what their relationship is these days, Verena and Temba, when it comes to DRS after those last couple. It was certainly interesting. Going down leg, he said, and it was out, and missing off stump, and it was out. Both with Gwena Mapaka, with his mum watching.
How good that must be for her. Sit there, and I bet she's saying you can get there too. Ever they needed to be an example. All those youngsters sitting in the crowd and they're watching, and there'll be many who turn up and they watch the field, and they might see a young cricketer turn up and play for the country, but he isn't necessarily from your school. And here they are, St. Stithians boys watching, and one bowling in is Vian Mulder, who comes from their school, and the guy who's down at fine leg fielding, and they're chit-chatting to his mom. He's also from their school. It makes it that bit closer, that bit more achievable.
It'll be one seriously proud mum, that's for sure. My goodness. Mother of a superstar to be. Gwena Mapaka, sensational. Absolutely sensational. 153 k's per hour when he burst on the scene.
Yeah, and the scary part is, wouldn't it have been too long ago since those boys would have faced in Gwena Mapaka in the nets at school?
Can you imagine those nets on a Tuesday night?
Nobody on the front dog, I can tell you that. 398 for 5, Pakistan, who have done a wonderful job of following on to this point. They trail by just 23 at tea on day 4. Critical that it is tea on day 4, because it means there's so much time left in this test match. And so as they go off to tea, yes, there's still the job of whittling away that deficit that remains. But